Hello everybody, it's Nathan, and today I'm going to be talking about the manga of My Hero Academia, specifically chapter 320. I have the manga pulled up here on the same screen, so I'll be able to briefly see the points that I want to talk about and talk to you guys at the same time. This chapter starts at the exact same point as last week's chapter, where Shigaraki appeared in front of Star and Stripe. Interesting concept that Shigaraki would just appear right there. But anyway, let's see how everything goes. So we have here with the bomber, I believe, but I don't think, if my thoughts are correct, they don't use the stealth bomber anymore. They haven't used that thing since the 70s or 80s. I could be wrong on that. Basically, we see the clash of Star and Stripe and Shigaraki throughout this whole chapter. They assume a battle formation. Star and Stripe goes into this fight expecting not everyone to survive. Kind of a thing of how America is on war, but that's neither here nor there. Then we see Shigaraki riding on a Nomu, sending out a radio wave cannon. And of course, Star and Stripe evades it. Then Shigaraki basically says, well, USA, who will be the first to target the other? That's a joke in and of itself, but I'm not going to go there. And then, of course, it's revealed Star and Stripe's quirk, which is New Order, I believe, if I'm reading this right. New Order, like the ability of the quirk is, after touching a target, she can call out the target's name and assign a new role to it. And we basically see a star in the sky being made around Shigaraki. And of course, Shigaraki says that is a brutal quirk. And of course, Star and Stripe uses the laser cannon. Since when does... Another thing, I don't think that that bomber ever had a weapon on it at all. It was a stealth bomber, more for like spying. It had a camera on it, sure, but to my knowledge, it never had any type of weapons whatsoever. Of course, they had to use the laser cannons to so Shigaraki doesn't escape. What else? Shigaraki counterattacks. Apparently, the laser is now holdable, which is interesting. And then Star and Stripes is using monstrous strength for mid-air mobility, playing right into my hand. I guess we know Star and Stripe can actually go toe-to-toe like this, so that's good to know. And of course, like the rule said, it was like you have to say out the person's name. Here's an interesting part. If you haven't watched Two Heroes, which in my other video about the third My Hero Academia movie, I proved that the My Hero Academia movies are canon to the story. Because right here, we see the past of Star and Stripe, and it's told to us that they were a burglar that attacked a car with a young Star and Stripe in it, and it was All Might from that movie. We see this in the very first few minutes of the Two Heroes movie. We see this exact scene play out. So, if you need any more reasons to watch the My Hero Academia movies, right here they are, because we see the exact first scene from the movie play out again, at least in a flashback form. And apparently ever since that day, All Might has been her teacher. And of course calls out the command. If Tomura Shigaraki moves at all, his heart will stop. And then we see All For One. That is the vestige of All For One inside Shigaraki. And then you see like a battle, like a miniature battle between Shigaraki and All For One right there. And basically All For One stating that Shigaraki is no longer him, Now, basically, something along those lines. The Doctor and I had our expectation. We blow them out of the way. And basically we see that Shigaraki is about 97 to 98% all for one at this point. You're no longer all for one, no Tomura Shigaraki. Now we've blended into a whole new person altogether. And Shigaraki says no. And then of course the Star and Stripe notices that it doesn't work at all. And then we see one final scene of the chapter is we see the house that Tenko Shimura lived in, and the text on the house says, "It all began in that house with a grain of hate that grew and built upon itself." Then we see like a flash of light in the distance over the sky, and then it says, "To be continued." Overall, a very interesting chapter. We see what happened we see basically the aftermath of Shigaraki showing up, but I have a feeling this fight is not over. It could also just be they're going to cut away from this fight next chapter. It could be multiple things, but I feel like this was a good action-heavy chapter, and we got to see that the the Two Heroes movie was yet again mentioned here. So if you hate watching the movies, you're going to be missing out on like pure context that was obviously shown in this chapter. But I think that's about all I can think of at the moment. If you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Nathan signing out. Till next time.